Hello. Welcome to this fast-forward session. I am Marie-Paul Cany from France. I'm the technical paper chair. And first, I would like to share a few facts about the technical papers. So this year, we got 439 reviewed submissions, which came from 35 countries. And many of these submissions were really high level. We were able to accept 126 papers, which is 28%. This falls into the usual range of recent SIGGRAPH and SIGGRAPH Asia conferences. 3 of other papers were referred to ACM transaction on graphics. We worked with Kavita Bala, who is the editor-in-chief of TOG for this. And all this reviewing process involved writing more than 2,000 reviews. And it works the following way. First, 9 sorters listed here distributed the papers to 79 program committee members. Each paper was reviewed by 2 members from this program committee and 3 or more external experts. So I would really like to thank all these people, the sorters, and all the external reviewers and the program committee members for their hard work. And especially, I would like to thank my paper committee, so all the members listed here. It was really nice working with you all. Thanks a lot for serving in my committee. And thanks for them. I would like also to send my warmest thanks to my advisory board, including George Retakis, Mathieu Desbrun, Adam Finkelstein, Doug James, Paul Cry, Danny Lichinsky, Sylvain Paris, John Snyder, and Greg Turk. They were really an invaluable help at every stage of the process. And also, this program could not have been assembled without the help of the administration team, especially Maggie Schultz and Leona Caffey, and the technical teams, especially Jim Kilmer, taking care of the CIS submission system, and Adam Finkelstein for the HepCat system we use at the program committee meeting. And I would like as well to thank Adam for assembling the technical paper trailer, which is really great, and to thank Benny Garcia and his team for assembling this fast-forward session. So thanks to all of them. Thanks. So in this session, we will have the presentation not only of the papers selected for this SIGGRAPH, but also an additional 40 ACM TOG papers accepted to other issues of TOG that will be also included into the technical session. And new this year, we are also presenting a selection of 2 art papers. So I have a message for you from the art paper chair. So she wants you to know that there is a new Best Paper Award for the art papers that will be discerned on Tuesday. So come in Tuesday afternoon to the art paper session if you want to see that. And the schedule for this session is first we will be presented the fast forward of the 2 art papers, then the first part of the technical papers fast forward. Then there will be a 10 minutes musical break during which you can stretch and move, but this will be really nice performance music from the composer who composed the musical theme for this conference. And then there will be the second part of the technical paper fast forwards. Lastly, thanks again to our sponsor, Adobe, and enjoy the show. Thank you very much.
Rover is a mechatronic imaging device using machine perception to transform the sights and sounds of the everyday. Through light field photography and audio feature extraction, it creates a dreamlike exploration of place. Rover draws on diverse traditions of robotic exploration, landscape and still life depiction, and audio field recording to create a hybrid form between photography and cinema.
Please come see our project Rover at the art papers. Thank you.
Come to the art paper session to hear about the project Autoencoding Blade Runner, where we trained a neural network on frames from the film Blade Runner and made a reinterpretation of the film based on what the neural network learned. We also use the network to reinterpret other films in the style of Blade Runner. If you come, you will see things that you people wouldn't believe.
This is a piece of chalk as seen by a camera about half a meter away. It is moving very slowly, 40 microns per frame, which is difficult to see with a conventional camera, but when the object is illuminated by coherent light, it produces speckle, which can be recorded even by a bare sensor. Usually a speckle is considered noise, but it is extremely sensitive to small motion, which we exploit for measuring small motions with high sensitivity. And we develop a subtle hand gesture recognition system based on speckle imaging.
Have you ever tried taking a photo of your favorite scene, but then it started raining, and this is what you got in the end? We show that once you can somehow sort out the optical mess caused by the water drops on a window, you have a light field. Now, from a single photo, you can produce focal stacks, you can estimate scene depth, and change the viewpoint too. Plus, you get the 3D drop surfaces for free. How do we do it? Here's an overview of our pipeline. Join Julian's talk to learn more.
Hello, we present a new method for 3D fluid imaging that employs only a single camera. Our setup consists of a rainbow illumination combined with a diffractive optical element in front of the camera that ensures an all-in-focus image of particle positions with a color-coded location. To learn more about how to reconstruct velocity fields from this data, please come to our talk tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Consumer depth cameras work great indoors, but fail as soon as you take them outside. LiDAR works great outdoors, but provides only sparse depth maps and is very expensive. We've designed a new depth camera based on epipolar time-of-flight imaging that works outdoors in bright sunlight, providing video rate depth maps up to 15 meters. In addition, our camera is robust to motion blur and global illumination. It's very simple and cheap to build. To learn more and see how we did it, come to our talk tomorrow morning.
Come to our talk to learn how to quickly compute high-quality locally injective parameterizations. Our method takes seconds on mid-sized meshes and only a few minutes on large datasets. In this example, we computed a locally injective map on a mesh with 25 million faces, and we did it in just 1 hour. Our algorithm is simple and general and can be used to minimize a wide range of energies.
We propose a framework for solving mesh parameterization and planar deformation. Inspired by the convex-concave majorization technique and utilizing the compositional nature of the problem, we outperform all state-of-the-art methods. This time, we try too hard. Come to our talk to see more.
Given two discrete curves, we have all probably seen a mapping between them based on Wasserstein distance. The most commonly used Euclidean distance-based cost function cannot generate a continuous mapping. We propose an algorithm that iteratively finds a continuous transfer plan using intrinsic distance-based cost function. Our algorithm produces as conformal as possible intersurface maps, satisfying a user bound on area distortion. For more details, please attend my talk.
First, we had shallow reinforcement learning. Then we had deep reinforcement learning. And now we are going deeper with hierarchical deep reinforcement learning. By training each level of the hierarchy to operate at different time scales, we can develop control policies for more complex tasks like path following. Soccer dribbling, and other locomotion skills. So please come to our talk to learn more.
Working on a SIGGRAPH paper can sometimes feel like climbing a mountain. It's difficult to know where to put your foot next, difficult to know how you can keep balance and avoid falling. You wonder, how is it possible to produce natural motion for the train ahead of you? How can you decide on a pose 60 times a second with less than 1 millisecond of computational time? How can you compress gigabytes of motion data into only a few megabytes of neural network weights? And then you realize the answer, a new kind of neural network called a phase function neural network, the secrets of which will be revealed in our talk.
Control systems fail if they cannot respond to the evolving dynamics of the situation. Our control system reorders short control fragment at runtime to realize robust control of dynamic motions. Our system learns the control policy for such reordering using a queue network. This approach works for a wide range of behaviors, such as skateboarding, breakdancing, and even walking on a ball. Come to our talk for more details.
We present an AI climber that can solve climbing routes when given a body model and start and end holes. Animations or mockup data are not needed. We build a tree in the climber's state space guided by a graph search of whole limb mappings or so-called stances. If transitioning between stances fails, we adjust the graph weights and replan. See you on Monday.
Would you like to be able to use just a single webcam to do full 3D body pose estimation, capture fast and dynamic motion, and be able to use it anywhere you want, whether it be indoors or outdoors, and do it in proper more than 30 FPS real time? and be able to use it to drive virtual characters using motion from humans of any shape and size, including small and uncooperative ones. If you're interested, please join us at our talk tomorrow afternoon to learn more. Thank you.
We contribute a real-time pipeline that simultaneously captures a casual scene with detailed geometry, surface albedo, per-frame narrative motion, and low-frequency lighting using only a single consumer-level RGBD sensor. The system enables many applications. For example, real-time relighting, free viewpoint video, real-time 3D portrait. For more technical details, please come to our talk tomorrow afternoon in the section of Get More Out of Your Photos. Thank you.
We present method for modeling a Rsvp RDF from a single photograph. We use CNN to solve that problem. However, the challenge is lacking enough labeled Rsvp RDF training data. But there are so many unlabeled images in the world. To utilize that, we proposed a novel training scheme called self-augmentation. Welcome to our talk on Monday. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This in the video is my friend Neil. Neil is trying to make a 3D reconstruction of that statue from photos he's taking. Yeah, if you also want to find out the quality of your 3D reconstruction without using any ground truth models, then come to our session tomorrow afternoon.
Joe likes taking pictures of his girlfriend, but is never happy with his image compositions. These are two different image compositions of the exact same scene. Joe hates the first composition as his girlfriend doesn't look nice due to perspective distortion. She looks more flat in the second image, but now the background is cropped out. We introduced Computational Zoom, a framework for post-capture image composition that allows the photographer to independently adjust the relative size and perspective of objects at different depths in post-processing. Come to our talk to find out more.
Thank you.
Cinematographers have relied for over a century on a well-established language. Even across cuts, viewers perceive a continuous flow of events. However, in virtual reality, the viewer has control over the camera, hindering the work of content creators. We investigate fundamental questions to understand how edits in VR are perceived by users. Does the perception of continuity hold across edits? How do different types of edits affect users' attention? If you want answers to these and other questions, please come to our talk.
We present a new method for parameter tweaking problems based on crowdsourcing. The system asks crowd workers to adjust a single optimized slider, and it iterates this process to find a global optimum. To enable this human-in-the-loop algorithm, we extend the Bayesian optimization techniques. It can be applied to various design scenarios, so don't miss people power session. Thank you.
Are you interested in taking an animation and adding in personality? Or turning a uniformly moving, boring group of characters into a diverse group? If you want to make your characters dance like they are introverted or neurotic, come see our presentation Monday afternoon.
Hi. Now, most of you have never seen me before in your life. And yet, in the short time since I've begun speaking, you've already formed a number of different opinions about me. Now, what are those judgments that you've made about me? How has my gesturing style influenced it? And how can we use these insights to create conversational characters that portray particular personalities? Find out all this and more when we present our work, Understanding the Impact of Animated Gesture Performance on Personality Perceptions.
Bigger and better screens require more hardware power. Eye trackers help to reduce this demand by rendering high-quality content only in the vicinity of the gaze location. However, there is a problem: system latency. During fast eye movements, the eye tracker does not provide the prediction in time and lags behind the actual gaze location. In this work, we add a little bit of magic to the system and outsmart the latency. If you want to know the details, come to our talk on Monday afternoon.
Thank you.
Hello.
Styles are ubiquitous in our daily lives, such as those of furnitures in our bedrooms or offices. But is it easy to pinpoint where the defining elements of a style are, such as Ming or Japanese furnitures? In this work, we translate high-level style descriptions into style-defining elements. For example, the elements capture local relief ornaments and tubular structures from Ming furniture. These elements enable style-aware applications, such as view selection, sampling, classification, and assisted modeling. Want to know more? Come to our talk on Monday.
Thank you.
Previously at SIGGRAPH, we presented methods to correspond and deform 3D shapes with topology variations. In the third installment this year, we show how a machine can learn to correspond 3D shapes with varying topologies without any training data on shape correspondences. To correspond two chairs, all that is needed is the ability to recognize chairs based on a shape repository such as ShapeNet. To learn more, come to our talk on Monday.
Thank you.
We introduced a generative neural network based on recursive autoencoders for encoding and synthesis of 3D shapes. What is unique about our network is its ability to learn and then generate 3D shapes with the right structures, such as symmetry. The key idea is to train the recursive autoencoder to learn a structural shape representation called symmetry hierarchies. The learned code enables structural space exploration, such as shape blending, without any past correspondences specified. For more details, please come to our talk on Monday afternoon.
Thank you, and welcome to our talk.
One of these things is not like the other. Can you tell me which thing here doesn't belong? Well, if you consider that these are parametric shapes, then you have probably guessed it wrong. Parameterization defines and constrains a set of variations that are useful in many applications, and collections of parametric shapes are growing in size and use. To learn how to efficiently do shape-based matching and retrieval in these collections, come to our talk on Monday.
Have you ever wondered how to encode physical object interactions? Well, you can use motion trajectories, either from animations or simulations of any kind, such as simulations of grasping, or motion trajectories from a wind tunnel, or even from RGBD scans. Understanding and exploiting object interaction landscapes is a descriptor for dynamic physical interactions. Come see our talk on Monday. Thank you.
So our work is about damping. To the best of our knowledge, we are the first in computer graphics to simulate anisotropic and nonlinear damping properties. So here we show how we fit this kind of anisotropic and nonlinear damping to ground truth videos of this sleeve. which makes it possible then to perform FEM simulations where we can have this kind of nonlinear damping dynamics. Our method is fast, and it is possible to use it also for interactive design of damping as opposed to just simulation.
Which one do you think is ground truth rather than our reconstructed physical model? Left one. From 4D scan, we estimate layers consisting of kinematic and simulation layers, and we efficiently optimize physical parameters for the simulation layer. This enables us to create the data-driven physical human model. Our model is easily transferred to new character, and it can also interact with the environment as well. For more details, please come to our session on Tuesday 9. Thank you.
Most algorithms for cutting off deformable objects are based on remeshing. However, remeshing adds many additional degrees of freedom. The implementation is often complicated, and the quality of the mesh must be maintained. Using our robust extended finite element method, the mesh can stay the same and no remeshing is required. You can cut whatever you want without even touching the mesh topology: armadillos, bunnies, or even horses. To find out more, come to our talk on Tuesday in the Clever Solid session.
Try our lip wet hair. You are worth it. Thank you.
Bounding proxies approximate shapes using polygonal structures, which is coarse, tight, bounding, and arbitrary adaptive. We grounded it on a new morphological framework, which is designed for GPU execution and regularizes both topology and geometry at the same time, enabling interactive editing of proxies as well as automatic generation. A bounding proxy basically preserves the major structure of a shape while at the same time abstracting the geometry and the topology whenever necessary, from application ranging from modeling to rendering. Thank you.
Frames in free viewpoint videos are often processed independently, resulting in temporal incoherent triangulation and texture atlases. We provide a coherent representation by combining tracking, sparse remeshing, and spatiotemporal atlas parameterization. Together, these produce a lower bitrate output even in the presence of significant geometric and topological changes. Thank you.
Can you effectively sketch this mouse? Artists can, and so can our algorithm. Can you guess which drawing is done by our method? This one. And we can even show it in 3D. To learn how we do it, and to see more exciting results, come to our talk on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Sometime in your life, what you want is just to describe deformation. For example, to transfer this deformation from a cat to a lion, but it's not necessarily easy to describe deformation. It's really easy when you have exactly the same connectivity, but when the connectivity is different, it's very hard, and you want to transfer deformation to another shape that you can't realign. So our solution is to describe with, to do a functional description of this deformation which allow us to fully characterize intrinsic and extrinsic geometry. Come on, Tuesday.
My kids do lots of colorings because it's fun to choose legible color with complex relation. However, this kind of over-constraint problem is not easy to solve. We propose to explore palette space, taking into account constraints like shades, harmony, and semantic meaning. The user drives the exploration and lets the system update palette colors according to the constraints. During the talk, we'll show you how to interactively explore palette space for several applications and suggest new color designs to make lovely kids happy. Thank you.
What do these colors have in common? George O'Keeffe used them to paint the skull, and they're a tiny fraction of the colors in this painting. If poor Georgia had to pick every color from scratch, maybe she would just give up. Inspired by traditional painting, but without its mess, Playful Palette allows artists to create and use custom color gamuts. Forget your troubles and come to our talk to play with color.
In RGB space, digital painting forms convex shapes. We can work backwards by detecting an RGB space convex hull, and then simplify to get a small palette. We then solve an optimization to extract translucent layers, and the layer opacity can be converted to barycentric coordinate. So we can drag the vertices to recolor the painting. And object insertion is easy by inserting object new layers. Our method is also suitable for natural images. Thank you.
Researchers quickly get creative when they have lightsabers and a green screen. And if you're the lab artist, you know they will eventually come to you for editing, and it takes forever to chroma key lightsabers.
In solidarity with our artist friends, we developed color unmixing.
It replaces chroma keying and reduces the interaction time by an order of magnitude. We can even turn this Jedi into the dark side. Color unmixing, approved by artists. By the way, where did my co-author run off to?
I'm over here. I love taking pictures of my daughter. Whenever I pick up my camera, I take hundreds of pictures of her. But editing that many pictures is simply unmanageable.
That's why we developed this fully automatic soft color segmentation method. Color transitions effortlessly look natural when the picture is edited using our layers. The application scenarios even extend to pictures of my brother. This is just a glimpse of what we can do using our layers. Come see our talk for even more.
Hey Lingjet, these wire sculptures look very cute. I wish there was a way to scan and use them in my virtual world.
Oh, there is a method now. Come to our talk to learn more about how to reconstruct this wire object from a few input images. Thank you.
this is a curve up. It's fabricated flat, and then it takes a doubly curved surface. Our structure consists of tiny disconnected tiles sandwiched between two pre-stretched elastic sheets. And once released, they join into a shell, just for example like this one. So I'm gonna wear it, and you are welcome to my talk on Tuesday.
Curved folded surfaces are freeform shapes that are created by folding flat sheets along curved fold lines. Folding them by hand, however, can be difficult as it requires multiple folds to be controlled simultaneously. We present an algorithm to create riggings of strings which, when pulled, get the flat sheets to the 3D counterparts. Come to my talk to learn more about this.
.3D printing in low resolution is fast, but can give bad results. Improving the quality by using very thin layers, yeah, is like painfully slow. We provide a solution that speeds up your 3D printing up to 25%, but still gives you optimal accuracy. If you want to learn more, just come to our talk, and you get a link to the software so you can try it yourself. Thanks.
We present practical measurements of the diffraction irradiance patterns of many common materials and employ them to drive a data-driven diffraction BRDF for real-time rendering. We also show how you can zoom into the specular highlight of these patterns to reveal the underlying diffraction grading with a regular camera to drive standard diffraction shaders. If you'd like to learn how to create pretty pictures of your phone screens diffracting in the Grace Cathedral, then please come to our talk on Tuesday morning. Thank you.
Aren't you tired of this dull-looking microfacet model? Why not add some colors? Newton's colors. We introduced a spectrally anti-aliased reflectance model on top of microfacet theory to render oxide metals, but also sub-bubbles, but most importantly, specialized carpets. Come to our talk, and you will never see the microfacet models alike again.
So most material models are based on the microfacet model. That is, we assume that the surface is made of microfacets, and we model how they reflect light. In this paper, we answer the question, what if your microfacets have microfacets? Well, something interesting happens. Those smaller facets are roughly the size of the wavelength. They cause diffraction effects averaged by the larger facet orientation. The result is a new BRDF model based on a two-scale material representation. To know more, come to the talk Tuesday morning, 10:45.
We present an efficient reflectance model for hair and fur rendering with only 2 additional lobes to the classic hair model. Our method also enables a multi-scale rendering scheme that is accurate and efficient viewed from near and far. And we can generate indistinguishable visual appearance as compared to the ground truth. Join our session on Tuesday at 10:45. Thank you.
So we present a new method for keyframe-based control of smoke. You can make your smoke animation look like any given shape at any given time. With the help of a hierarchical grid, we can do this computation very quickly. This allows us to control long smoke sequence with trivial initialization and achieve an order of magnitude speed up. Please come to our talk for more details.
Hello. In this paper, I present a new method to match, warp, and then blend fluid simulations. The key ingredients here are an implicit surface representation and a 5D optical flow solve. In the end, it doesn't actually matter so much what the inputs are. You can even blend liquid and a smoke simulation, as you can see here. I think this is just the first step towards an interesting area of research, data-driven physics simulations, which I think are related to deep learning techniques. But sorry, no blockchains. Hope to see you on Tuesday.
In supervised learning, dataset labeling is usually tedious. However, for fluids, programs can label data automatically, even for artificial ones. Our goal is to use the neural network to encode the fluid similarity. Based on a repository, the network can match related pairs, even with different numerical viscosity. Then we can synthesize detailed fluids very efficiently. Come to our section to see more about the first reusable fluid repository.
Given an input 3D shape, we present a learning method that segments it into fine-scale parts, organizes the parts into a hierarchy, and labels parts with consistent and human-readable names. For example, this car is segmented into its components, which are given names like door and wheel, and the children of wheel are rim and tire. We show how to train this model from messy, artists-created datasets online. We are able to generate these fine-scale part segmentations and labelings across different object classes. Thank you.
Convolutional neural networks have become the most important tool in image analysis, but has yet to make an impact on shape analysis. We suggest a natural way of applying CNNs to 3D shapes. This is done by conformally mapping the surface to a flat torus, which enables us to define a new convolution on the surface. To hear more, come to our lecture.
We propose a novel octree-based CNN framework for 3D shape analysis and understanding. The 3D CNN operation can be easily defined on the octree structure. They are extremely fast and memory efficient on the GPU. We test our OCN on typical shape analysis tasks and achieve state-of-the-art results. Please come to our talk for more details. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Gerard and this is my avatar.
Hi, I'm Sergi and this is my avatar.
Hey Sergi, do you know that with ClothCap I can steal your clothes?
Like right now?
Yes, I just have to do click and I have your clothes.
Okay, but so can I.
Oh, so what do we now?
Oh, with ClothCap we can switch our clothes.
Oh,
Ooh.
Looks good on you. Wow. Oh wow, and it also works with dynamics. This is awesome.
Great. See you on Tuesday.
Light transport is difficult because the different approaches have their strengths and weaknesses. For instance, a surface with highly glossy materials can be efficiently rendered by primary sample space approach like MMLT than the path space approach like MLT. However, for the diffuse surfaces, MLT is better than MMLT. Our proposed approach can resolve this trade-off using a framework to fuse the two different approaches into one. Please come to see for more detail. Thank you.
Chartered Metropolis light transport uses charts to help with exploration. Imagine having multiple charts of the same planet. Obviously, some of these charts are going to be better than others. The algorithm helps you choose the right ones to use, and it makes a big difference, as you can see in this picture. Jacopo will tell you more on Tuesday. Thanks.
So imagine that you have a scene like this where it's difficult to generate photon inside. Hopefully, you have implemented a Metropolis photon tracing algorithm. However, after you run it, you still get a noisy image, especially inside, due to a bad photon distribution. To solve this issue, you can use now our new target function. This new target function ensures good stratification of photon, doesn't require pre-computation, and more. Please come to see my talk for more information. Thank you.
Anti-Aliasing model are quite old, and the latest is so a profusion of techniques there. They're all based on the screen space derivative. 10 years later, those derivatives come to path tracing and make it finally practical. However, it didn't quite conclude. Now, 20 years later, we finally provide the first approach to have screen space derivatives and anti-aliasing kernels compatible with bidirectional path tracing.
Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Nico. What's up, Paul?
I'm in a rush. I was supposed to be home for dinner, but the surface reconstruction is taking forever.
Looks like it's almost done.
Ah, finally. Damn it, the registration wasn't right. This is going to take another hour. Here goes my free evening.
Well, online surface reconstruction would have given you immediate feedback and you don't have to wait ages after every scan.
Really? Why didn't you tell me before?
You didn't ask. Here's a link. It's free and it works with any scanner.
Material interfaces are often used to model complex objects made up of multiple labeled regions, such as this mouse brain comprised of 6 anatomical structures. Existing reconstruction methods tend to focus on geometric considerations and may fail to produce correct topology. We develop a novel approach for reconstructing material interfaces from cross-sections, allowing users to directly control output topology, such as the genus and number of connected components.
Hope to see you at Tuesday.
We present Bundle Fusion, a comprehensive 3D reconstruction approach using commodity RGBD sensors for real-time reconstruction. We use on-the-fly surface reintegration updates, maintaining a globally consistent 3D model, and can perform online relocalization. In the end, we produce high-quality surface reconstructions. Come to our talk Tuesday afternoon.
We use state-of-the-art laser scanning and camera equipment to capture 14 different indoor and outdoor scenes. They consist of 300 million scan points, and we have video with 200,000 frames. We also tested 15 different methods from image-based 3D reconstruction for a baseline. Check out our website or come to my talk on Tuesday afternoon. Thanks.
Archimedes discovered that by dipping an object into liquid, its volume can be measured. We use this ancient principle in order to scan 3D objects. By dipping the object in various angles, we measure thin volume slices.
The collection of these dippings defines a new volumetric measure, which we call the dip transform. Liquid penetrates the object, and we can reconstruct complex.
Unlike optical scanners.
So don't be afraid. Come and join us in the dips.
The year is 2020, and as predicted by prophecy, the robot apocalypse is upon us. Boom, crash. To see where it all began, please come to our talk.
Thank you.
Printer can fabricate custom functional objects. For such objects, form and function are strongly coupled. The same mechanism doesn't fit all shapes, while reconfiguring the whole structure requires a lot of time. But not any longer. Pick a template and your target shape. With our retargeting system, you can bring the duct to drive. Want to know more? Please come to our talk.
Arr, matey, what beyond the horizon?
It be an iceberg, Captain.
No, it be a SIGGRAPH paper.
Come to our talk to learn how to make telescoping structures like these.
Hope to see you there.
Landing a jump is hard, whether you're a human or a robot. We tried making some of these mechanisms ourselves, but that didn't work out. So we tried high-fidelity simulation for design optimization, but that takes quite a while. So we developed a pair of new methods that can model the vibration and contact of real-world designs very fast. Come to our talk to learn more and see how we can design jumpers that can stick their landings. Thank you.
tired of bulky, uncomfortable virtual and mixed reality headsets that you can only use for short periods of time? Using holograms, we demonstrate sunglasses-like displays with wide fields of view of over 80 degrees. Sick of the visual discomfort and lack of functionality of fixed focus displays? Using holograms, we demonstrate true per-pixel control of image focus. And wouldn't it be great if we could correct visual problems in the display so you don't have to wear your glasses? Using holograms, you can. All this for the low compute cost as low as 3.99 milliseconds.
Thanks.
In the real world, when looking at something near, your eyes converge and accommodate or focus to get a sharp image on the retina. In stereo displays, your eyes still converge for nearby objects, but they always accommodate to the fixed distance of the screen. This causes lots of discomfort. If you want to see how we used focus-adjustable lenses and an autorefractor to measure accommodation in order to reduce discomfort, please come to my talk, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Thank you.
In real life, it's sometimes difficult to focus because you're tired, you had too much catnip, or you lost your glasses. In AR and VR, it's difficult to focus because the point spread functions are wrong.
Come to our talk to learn how point spread function engineering can address these issues by removing the retinal blur cue. We show that we can still drive accommodation in a non-traditional way via accommodation invariant near-eye displays. And now for a shameless plug.
If you're interested in this topic and you also want to come check out our course on building your own VR display or our talk on gaze contingent focus displays.
Bye. Everyone knows Tutt's harmonic embedding, which bijectively maps a mesh disk to a convex region. Gortler and others showed that such maps to non-convex regions only need to be well-behaved on the boundary for bijectivity. We generalize these theorems for harmonic global parameterizations. Only boundary and cone triangles need to be well-behaved for local injectivity. We obtain a fast, robust algorithm relevant to quad remeshing and other applications. Thank you.
Tutt's embedding is a classic, simple way to parameterize a mesh to the plane. Recently, Tutt's embedding was extended to orbifolds, stylings of the plane. It was then further extended to orbifolds of the hyperbolic plane. In this work, we extend Tutt's embedding to the last of the three classic geometries, the sphere, and compute Tutt embeddings into spherical orbifolds. Thanks.
We present two things. One, a new method for conformal parameterization, not just yet another one, but one that's robust, even on stuff like that, and gives us full global structure control. And two, a new generalized version of T-splines with knot intervals not on edges, but on half edges. Now, that might seem like a pretty random combination, but actually, if we marry these two, we get a method to convert arbitrary surfaces into spline format while having perfect control over extraordinary vertices and such.
Our goal is to compute symmetric quadrangulations, even on complicated examples such as this cat. To this end, we design crossfields, which are symmetric with respect to a given map. These crosses determine the parameterization isolines, allowing to easily extract a quad mesh. We additionally can compute remeshing on a pair of shapes. To learn more, please come to our talk.
We train a neural network to turn speech audio into facial animation comparable to high-end capture systems. It runs in real time and is easy to integrate into games.
Alexei, you and your men will do that. You have to go in and out very quick. I want you to get all the ammo.
The network also understands about emotions and can generate lots of variations.
Are those Eurasian footwear cowboy chaps or jolly earth-moving headgear?
Come see my talk on Wednesday. Thanks.
Given this audio as input,
it's been less than a week since the deadliest mass shooting in American history.
We produce the following output.
It's been less than a week since the deadliest mass shooting in American history.
And here's the ground truth video of Obama saying the same words.
And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando.
And four synthetic results with different appearances.
Because businesses have created 14.5 million new jobs over 75 straight months.
Come see our talk on Wednesday at 9. Thank you.
Hi, I'm a grad student preparing to submit a paper to SIGGRAPH, and the deadline is just hours away. I recorded the narration for my video last night. Unfortunately, the recording has some mistakes, and my advisor is annoyed. Fortunately, I have Voco. Now, the recording's awesome, and my advisor is thrilled. Fortunately, I have Voco.
See you on Wednesday to unleash the power of Voco.
Given a noisy image, how can we reconstruct a nice one? We train various sharing attributes and submit it to our network and train it using deep learning. Once trained, we can reconstruct the final image. Our design allows us to achieve temporal stability, which is usually very challenging for extremely low sampling budgets. Please attend our talk to unravel the deep learning magic. Thank you.
Monte Carlo rendering algorithms are difficult to implement because of complex probability density computations. The number of PDFs we need to compute for a bidirectional algorithm, even with only 2 light bounces, quickly becomes overwhelming. Ether is a new domain-specific sampling language that makes implementations easier. whether it's bidirectional path tracing, Beach Metropolis, or a new algorithm like tridirectional path tracing. Learn more at the talk on Wednesday.
Artists and game developers want to mix and match shading features to achieve different visual effects. And they also need high performance to render complex scenes in real time. However, performance and flexibility are often at odds. We present a new shading language abstraction called shader components that is a missing piece from HLSL, allowing both modular shader authoring and high performance rendering using D3D12 and Vulkan.
We present a compressed representation for ray tracing parametric optionally displaced surfaces. The essence is utilizing a surface-aligned projected local coordinate frame tailored around patches and organized with a conventional BVH. This allows applying heavy compression on our sub-BVH embedded in the local coordinate frame. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you're stretching your legs during intermission, please enjoy our special guest performance. Also feel free to get up and dance. And now, please welcome Forgotten Future.
Make our community have a wonderful experience by bringing a lot more conference into the hallway. So when you come to SIGGRAPH, you have an experience from end to end. For SIGGRAPH 2017, to continue in all the great traditions of SIGGRAPH, having wonderful conferences that focus on computer graphics and interactive techniques, while also it starts to explore a lot of the new areas of computer graphics, like mobile games, gaming, virtual reality, augmented reality. And in addition to make our community have a wonderful experience by bringing a lot more conference into the hallway.
Hello?
That's not my talk. That's his talk.
Please come to our talk if you'd like to learn more about improving the accuracy of your viscous liquid simulations. Thank you.
This is my talk. Our goal was creating an adaptive, incompressible SPH simulation with fast changes in resolution. This allows us highly detailed fluid simulations while being fully mass-conserving and stable. Our method allows for large gains in performance and is fully GPU compatible. Our method allows for basically infinite adaptivity using continuous particle sizing. Please come to our talk.
We introduce water wave packets. These are Lagrangian primitives that locally model patches of water using a representative wave cycling through a packet envelope. So these packets can handle reflection, refraction, and dispersion effects. And they can model wake patterns from slow-moving rubber duckies, as well as fast, speedy boats. They can be used also in interactive settings, as well as complex scenarios with millions of packets.
And now, science versus a little girl. Let's see that.
Hey, SIGGRAPH people! Today let's paint Sally's room from a single design example. Our new algorithm analyzes the example using super complicated statistics, then reproduces the exact same design. Oh, maybe by using even more complicated statistics?
Hey, it is just stripes filled with dots.
Oh. How did you did that?
She's good. She cheated.
We present a new algorithm employing a pre-trained CNN, which produces state-of-the-art results for both stochastic and regular textures. We introduce a new correlation loss that allows imposing structure without imposing content. This allows improving previous gram-based results. For structureless textures, the correlation matrix is flat and the loss imposes no structure. Here are a few of our results on structured textures. And here are a few of our results on structureless textures. And I personally expect you on Wednesday.
To recover the appearance of geometry, ideally we can select a set of color images and blend them to get a perfect texture. In practice, due to existence of Yankee geometry, camera poses, and optical distortion, simple blending would produce blurry texture, and the bunny would be quite unhappy. Instead, we use patch-based synthesize to reconstruct a set of line images. Then we can safely blend them to produce a nice texture, and the bunny is happy now. Please come to our talk on Wednesday.
Image completion is a bit complicated task, so you have to understand what is going on in the image. We present globally and locally consistent image completion that you can use for real-time editing to erase unwanted objects or work on your looks. Thank you.
If you do a lot of photo editing, you know from experience that dealing with symmetries is hard. Rather, it's easy enough to account for if you know it's supposed to be there, but you have to find it first. So we figured, let's just mine symmetries from patch correspondences. How hard could that be? It turns out that it was a bit more difficult, but we managed. In our talk, we show how we jointly solve for generalized correspondences under perspective distortions, enabling multiple symmetry-aware applications.
In a world where forward volumetric scattering is ubiquitous, but rendering it remains a challenge. One man combines polymer physics and quantum field theory. Introducing a new forward scattering dipole model to render heads and pretty green dragons. Coming soon to a lecture room near you. Thank you.
Explosions. Well, in computer graphics, we've been rendering explosions for a long time. But the light that comes out of them has always been fake. Because it's hard. It's a volumetric light with lots of smoke in it. It's a mess. So our method converts the explosions to millions of point lights and efficiently pre-computes shadows for them, including multiple scattering. So we can render the explosions with self-elimination in minutes rather than days. To do this, we developed a method that can efficiently handle millions of point lights with translucent shadows that we call lighting grid hierarchy.
We introduce a generalized version of volumetric photon mapping. Our method begins with photons produced by a path tracer. Previous work sweeps photons along lines to produce photon beams. We generalize this process and sweep beams along lines to produce photon planes. We can repeat this process to produce photon volumes and beyond. Our new photons produce significant speedups across a variety of scenes. Come see our talk on Wednesday to find out how your volumes can render faster too.
We would like to design meshes for various polygonal patterns, such as pure, mixed, even hyperbolic, or spherical. And then we need to ask ourselves, what's the best mesh for a pattern and positional constraint? And our answer is regular meshes. Now, for the definition of regular and the optimization of it, we use either Euclidean regular, where all the faces are as perfectly symmetric as possible, or Möbius regular, where such a thing is discrete conformally equivalent to a perfect element. Come see us on Wednesday.
We want to convert tetrahedral meshes into hexahedral meshes. To do so, we can extend 2D solutions. For example, we can extend quad cover into 3D by cube cover. Here, we present another solution to extend another global parameterization methods called PGP. So our results are not full X anymore, but the good news is that it's more robust and we better control the shape of hexahedra.
Given a tetrahedral mesh at the input, we introduce a field-aligned algorithm that can robustly generate a hex-dominant mesh. The meshing process is guided by a 3D orientation field and a 3D position field. The robustness of the algorithm is verified by batch processing a dataset that contains 110 models without any parameter tweaking. For more details, see you in the meshing session.
An octahedral frame is a set of 8 perpendicular directions in 3D. We present a method for computing octahedral fields, which assign an octahedral frame to every point in a volume. We use the boundary element method to place frames given the geometry of the outer surface without heavy-duty optimization. This yields smooth fields with simple topology. Come to our talk to find out how to compute boundary element octahedral fields and apply them to problems like meshing.
Hello.
Have you ever wanted to conduct a symphony in a simulated concert hall? Or maybe you'd rather hear the sounds of virtual SIGGRAPH. If boredom strikes, take a stroll on the city streets and listen to the traffic. Find out how we render realistic audio for these massive scenes and more at the talk.
Thank you.
Hello. In this paper, we explore how to automatically generate sound for elastic rod animations such as these. Unfortunately, commonly used sound synthesis methods are not suitable for slender deformable objects. To solve this problem, we augment existing rod dynamics frameworks with a dipole acoustic radiation model. We can then generate sounds like this. For full details, please come see our talk on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Thanks.
Deformable body simulation is popular, perhaps because lots of people like me love torturing volumetric animals. But a simulation is usually slow because its dependency upon Newton's method, which is computationally heavy. On the other hand, projective dynamics is fast, but it only supports a certain type of material. We reveal the relationship between projective dynamics and a quasi-Newton method, so we can simulate a variety of materials in real time. If you are also interested in the technical details behind it, please come to our talk on Wednesday.
Hey, heard you have a manga cafe.
Yeah.
But paperback mangas are too 90s. We can even interact with mangas these days.
Yep, so I have to trace the structures for digital use.
That takes too long. How about we use the power of CNN?
Wow!
With the CNN magic, we can extract the structural lines, view manga in different LODs, colorize mangas, or view manga in 2.5 dimensions.
So let's see how this magic become real, okay? See you on Wednesday.
High-resolution images put significant performance pressure on image processing algorithms. We want to speed up a black box image operator. Standard approaches work at low resolution and upsample the result. This requires the original filter at runtime. Neural networks can help, but they remain expensive to evaluate. We use a CompNet at a very low resolution for rich features with limited overhead. We model the operator using local affine transform in a compact bilateral grid. This preserves high-frequency effects. Our method achieves state-of-the-art quality, can learn from human retouches, and runs in real time on mobile.
A given grayscale photograph can be colorized in many plausible ways. We develop a deep learning-based interface which enables a user to quickly and efficiently navigate this space. Though only trained on natural colorizations, the system is happy to indulge in the user's whims. For example, we can create a pink elephant, we can make this actor's face green, and we can even remove a fake tan from this reality television host.
In this paper, we show how we can automatically transfer visual attributes such as color, textures, and styles. This is accomplished by what we call deep image analogy, which estimates the dense semantic correspondences between two images through a deep neural network. Our technique allows us to swap styles, convert a photo into a particular style, convert a non-photorealistic image to a photo-like version, and transfer the visual attributes from one photo to another photo. Please come to our talk to get more details. Thank you.
So I'm as interested as you are in what this guy's going to say.
By now, alpha compositing is old hat. These days, we're interested in working with deep images, particularly for volumetric effects. The natural setting for compositing is a Lie group that gives us the power to do lots of volume-related things in a really simple way. We have a bunch of applications, including simple, correct, deep image mixing, resampling methods that work for volumetric images, and better deep image compression methods than we've seen before.
I'll be there.
We studied the composite microstructures and explored their distribution over a high-dimensional space spanned by different material properties. Based on this, we formulate a two-scale topology optimization algorithm to automatically design elastic structures with specific functions, such as a soft gripper. Our method works on the printing voxel level and can handle 1 trillion voxels. Welcome to our talk on Wednesday. Thank you.
Orthotopic materials allow to independently control the elasticity along orthogonal directions. We introduce a metamaterial based on k-nearest graphs that spans a wide space of orthotopic elasticity. The form is generated by a simple procedure, so you don't have to pay for the geometry complexity. Here, you can see some 3D printed objects. Join us on Wednesday afternoon.
With microstructures, you can create customized deformation behavior. But are you tired of your microstructures constantly breaking? This happens because microstructures amplify stresses applied to an object, making it fragile. We will show you how to design structures that produce identical deformation behavior, but experience a much lower peak stress, no matter how your shape is stretched or sheared. Thank you.
We fabricate objects with spatially varying BRDF, including effects such as anisotropy and bump maps. Light reflects from microscopic metallic flakes. We use electromagnets to control the distribution of orientations and a projector to cure a UV resin in spatial patterns. Here's a teapot. Come see our talk.
We introduced a new workflow for 3D printing full-color objects. Previous color printing methods in 3D use a spatial combination of different inks at the surface. This results in a variety of artifacts. We introduced an alternative color reproduction method in 3D with virtually invisible spatial artifacts. Please come and see how our method works on Wednesday afternoon.
We present a sketch-based approach for modeling 3D freeform shapes called bend sketch. To create a target freeform object, with our approach, the user can draw a few curves, including contour and surface bending strokes. And the 3D model, very close to the target, is constructed automatically. Come to our talk on Wednesday to see how it works.
My boss asked me to give him a 3D culture model tomorrow. Then I found Maya. But it's too complicated to use. Finally, I found Deep Sketch to Face in SIGGRAPH this year. Yes, Deep Sketch to Face is a deep learning-based scaling system that allows amateur users to create 3D face in minutes. Yes, in minutes. It takes around 8 minutes to create each model in this page. Thank you.
Hi guys, you have 24 hours to create this presentation. Anyways, nice, both results look great. And you, which of the two animators would you employ? Come to see our presentation. Thank you.
Modeling of 3D curves is not an easy task. We introduced skipping, a novel system for easy sketching of 3D curves that automatically skip into arbitrary depth. We can turn a 2D sketch from a single view to a smooth 3D curve whose depth is then easily modifiable. Our system can produce a wide variety of curve shapes by leveraging existing and temporary geometry.
Come see our talk on Wednesday.
Classical interpolation curves have shape problems. They may generate unwanted loops or cusps. Closed solid looks perfect, but it moves discontinuous with the control points. Kappa curve solves all these problems. Its curvature continuous, and the salient points are all at control points. It has already been used in Adobe's Illustrator, and is really welcomed by users. This is an art picture generated by Kappa curve. So come to my talk to see how we do this.
If we take a bunch of pictures of the same place, we can line them up to create a cool-looking time slice like this. But what if we try it on video? It doesn't work. The problem is much harder for video, and we can see obvious misalignment artifacts. We solve this problem with a new joint 2D-3D video alignment method. We can use this to generate cool time slice effects, even ones with 3D seams. Our video alignment can also be applied to other visual effects, like compositing these two people together, or generating clean plates. Come see the talk for details.
Thank you.
Digital cameras make it easy to capture several different versions or takes of a scene. And skilled editors know how to combine many takes to create a stronger narrative than any single recording could capture. But editing together multiple takes is extremely time-consuming with existing tools. We show that by leveraging the structure of a common script, we can create powerful new tools that let users quickly edit multiple takes based on high-level objectives derived from film literature. To learn more, come see Mackenzie Anand's talk on Thursday.
Filming action-laden scenes incurs huge overhead. Using drones could make this much simpler. However, manual piloting may not be a great idea either. We propose a novel algorithm for real-time planning for drone cinematography in dynamic and cluttered environments. To see all the details, come see our talk on Thursday. Thank you.
We aim to capture light field videos of cats, combining low frame rate multi-beam light show with the standard frame rate DSLR camera. So our deep learning-based methods then combine these two cat videos into a single light field cat video at 30 frames per second. We can stop any time to see the different angular views. We can also refocus on different regions when the cat is driving the train. So come to our talk to see more cats and light field video. Thank you.
We know how great procedural modeling is. You can draw a terrain. You can create hundreds of cities. In this paper, we combine procedural modeling with weather simulation. We will explain how to simulate realistic weather and curvature speeds, first in 2D, then in 3D. Using an inverse procedural model approach, we will be able to control clouds of rain, even change the temperature of a city. Please come our talk on Thursday morning. Thank you.
Once upon a time, there was a lonely mountain. It felt terribly sad and eroded quickly. One day, a good giant poured dirt on the ground and the forest grew. It protected the mountain from erosion and they lived happily for many years. But the evil storm came and turned the mountain against the forest.
If you want to know how this sad story ends and how it was made, please come to our talk.
So there are many papers in computer graphics to simulate plants. However, to the best of our knowledge, we are the first work to study how to set material properties such as Young's modulus and mass density for complex plants. This is very important for plant simulation because it makes it possible to match footage of real plants. So on the left is a recorded two-dimensional video of a plant, and on the right is the result of our simulation using our materials. And you can see that our motion matches the ground truth pretty closely. Thank you.
Existing crowd simulation methods can suffer from choppy or unrealistic behaviors due to time-step sensitivities or overly conservative planning. We present a new approach to combine high-quality crowd dynamics models with energy-based implicit integration schemes. The resulting simulations show realistic behaviors for a very large range of simulation time steps and produce guaranteed collision-free motion in a variety of complex, dense scenarios. For more details, come see Giannis present Thursday morning.
To compute complex integrals like those in rendering, we often need to resort to Monte Carlo sampling. To reduce error, we try to place these samples carefully through various forms of stratification, and this leads to extremely anisotropic sampling power spectra like those seen at the bottom. Typical integrands in rendering are also extremely anisotropic. We analyze how these anisotropies impact variance and show that by transforming the samples to carefully align these anisotropies, we can dramatically improve variance and convergence rate. Please come to our talk to find out more.
We present a multi-class blue noise sampling algorithm by throwing samples at the constraint wall-sustain barycenter with an entropic regular term. Our approach can not only control spatial regularity of blue noise sampling, but also reduce conflicts between the desired centroids of Voronoi cells for multi-class sampling. The effectiveness of our approach is demonstrated on some applications.
Welcome to our work. Thank you.
We believe that we found an almost optimal method for creating self-similar point sets with controlled spectral properties. For us, it's like finding gold, so please forgive me these bad fast-forward slides. Instead, come to our talk on Thursday morning.
Hello. Okay, so this is a shader tow demo I've found on the internet. And here I'm transforming it with something I call a pivot transformation. So it looks pretty complex, but one thing you may notice is that it preserves circles. And so in my talk, I explain how to exploit this property to derive efficient rendering techniques for both offline and rendering scenarios with involving spherulites. Thank you.
Hi. High-resolution fluid simulation requires solving large linear systems. We use the Schur complement domain decomposition method to accelerate this calculation. The problem space is divided into independent regions connected by an interface layer. Now we can solve the independent regions in parallel. We can even use different linear solvers in different regions. Unfortunately, our linear system is not so simple anymore. Come find out how to solve a billion voxel fluid sim at home.
We introduced an adaptive method for liquid simulation where the surface can cross level transitions. Our key idea is to modify the geometry of an octary cell with that of a power diagram.
Power extreme!
Combined with the SP grid data structure, this method produces high resolution and second order accurate results for adaptive liquid simulations. For more details, please come to our talk at Fluids 3 on Thursday.
Hope to see you there.
Air and fluid flows contain vortices which we would like to track over time. The problem is that most vortex definitions heavily depend on the reference frame, which means different viewers will see different results, and most of them are wrong. So the question is, which reference frame is the best one? The best one is the reference frame that moves with the feature that we want to track, and in this paper, we use a linear optimization to find it. More on this on Thursday. Thank you.
So given any flow data of a fluid, we can construct a map called Clebsch Map, by which the preimage of sets are vortex tubes. This enables a powerful way of visualizing and processing the vertical structures inside fluids. Come to the Fluid 3 session on Thursday morning to learn more about Clebsch maps.
Life is always full of conflicts among programmers, but this is not the one we're going to solve. This is the one we are going to solve. So we introduce a robust and reliable perceptual evaluation method of fluid simulation method using crowdsourced user study. If you want to see peace on Earth, please come to our talk.
Hi. It is often that we want to change the lighting in a photo. So we propose a method that estimates tens of thousands of unknown variables for relighting of an LDR image with only a few inputs. And with our method, interactive relighting of the photos and visually plausible results are available as shown in this video. And please come to our talk to to see more details about our method. Thank you.
Relax and stare at this world. Your head is now empty, so let me control you. You will attend the image and light field manipulation session on Thursday to learn more about non-uniform spatial deformation of light fields. You will love our work, and you will only ask friendly questions. After the talk, you will give standing ovations. Now wake up and feel great.
Good evening.
Combining images of dynamic scenes produces ghosted HDR images, which is a major problem as keeping the scene static is sometimes difficult. See how the lady holding this dog ends up going for a ride? We addressed this ghosting problem by proposing the first machine learning approach. We train a CNN on a set of training images captured from a variety of different scenes, including this unenthusiastic dancing at the middle of a driveway. Come to our talk to find out more.
Thank you.
Image downscaling is a fundamental image processing operation. To downscale without aliasing, classic sampling theory says that one must discard high-frequency details, drastically altering the image. We introduce a new approach, which instead of discarding, remaps such high-frequency components in the downsampled spectrum, preserving their appearance. Spectral remapping can preserve arbitrary structured details. To learn how to downscale your beautiful photographs, come to our talk.
Thank you. See you there.
Well, lighting is a critical element of portrait photography. However, obtaining good lighting for photography is not easy. In our work, we introduced a technique that makes it easier. It allows users to transfer lighting from one portrait onto another. It is image-based, does not require expensive gear or special skills. With this technique, one can do very creative lighting design, even with scribbles and sketches. To know more, please come to our talk. Thank you.
We present a contact graph, which is a motion graph augmented by learned feasibility predictors, namely contact spaces and an occupancy estimator, for a motion clip in each graph node. By estimating the feasibilities of candidate contact points that can be reached by modifying a motion clip, the predictors allow us to find contact points that are likely to be valid before generating the actual motion due to the contact points. The feasibility predictors enable the contact graph to efficiently generate multi-contact motions.
Please come to my talk. Thank you.
Here, a simulated character falls due to a small disturbance. We present a method to systematically expand the domain of attraction by building random trees of feedback controllers. These adaptively guide the character to reach a desired goal. So if your virtual avatar is having trouble getting up, or if you've been to one too many SIGGRAPH parties, we can help. We can guarantee that your character's morning struggle will end successfully. Thanks.
We present a unified framework for controlling a variety of behaviors. Our controller can closely reproduce a set of reference motions, and a controller can also produce significant variation. For example, this controller makes a transition from a backflip motion to a walking motion. Our walking controller can recover from many pushes, and the running controller has a similar robustness. Some other behaviors will also be shown later in our talk on Thursday. Thank you.
Have you ever wondered why stereoscopic 3D is not adopted to home environments? Well, we believe there are two reasons: the requirement for wearing glasses and the lack of content for novel glass-free displays. Our highly parallel solution converts high-resolution stereoscopic 3D content for novel automultiscopic displays in real time in order to deliver high-quality 3D experience without glasses. The technique is well suited for hardware implementation and integration into TV devices without requirement for new broadcasting standard.
Conventional 3D stereoscopic displays have a problem that viewers without stereo glasses are forced to watch blurring images. Our method solves this problem without modifying existing stereo presentation hardwares. The idea is to generate a stereo pair by linearly adding a disparity inducer and its negative pattern to an image. Physical fusion of the pair cancels out the disparity components, so the original image can be visible to the viewers without stereo glass. Thank you.
We present a low-cost camera rig for recording 360 stereo. This rig is great when the viewer is looking forward. Vanishing stereo at the sides is a challenge which we solve. Given two 360 cameras, we can synthesize an omnidirectional stereo panorama with good depth in all directions. We do so by computing dense correspondence between the two cameras and then warp the imagery to restore stereo perception. Please visit our talk for more details. Thank you.
A display needs to achieve many goals. People want high resolution, bright, great colors, and HDR with better contrast. But the light efficiency affects the battery life. The slow refresh rate and the brightness can cause artifacts and shorter lifetime. The trade-off in space is challenging. We propose a dual-frame color factorization computational display that decomposes the color into high-res and low-res components. The display is energy efficient and uses low bandwidth and enable higher resolution and HDR. Thank you.
Inspired by Newton's restitution hypothesis, decades of rigid body simulations have modeled an object's bounciness using a spatially constant coefficient of restitution. Unfortunately, except for spheres, it is far from constant due to vibrational loss. And this incorrect assumption leads to dull simulations. We present bounce maps, pre-computed physics-based restitution maps that enhance realism and variation at no extra runtime cost. Thank you.
When you detect a collision in a simulation, you apply an impulse to fix it. Unfortunately, when multiple objects collide, fixing one collision could cause new collisions. And fixing all the collisions could require a lot of iterations, assuming you don't get stuck in an infinite loop. We look at the geometry of simultaneous rigid body collisions and show for the first time methods that are guaranteed to terminate in finite steps without any rigidification.
Thank you.
Hello.
We present a novel physics-based approach to facial animation. We can make you look slimmer or fatter. We can blow wind in your face while you talk. Have you ever wondered how you would look like after plastic surgery? And how about turning yourself into a zombie? Come see us on a Thursday afternoon.
Thank you.
Digital characters are suffering. Poor retargeting is causing severe facial deformations and dull expressions. Painful editing is required to treat such cases. But you can act now, empower your characters. With the donation of a single range of motion, you can let your characters adapt to your motion and fulfill their true potential. Help us raise awareness in facial retargeting this Thursday. Thank you.
Hold on, folks. Hey.
Hi.
Have you seen this new face filter? Pretty cool, huh?
Looks okay, but let me show you something. Where it is? Oh, here. Okay. So, what do you think?
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah. What about this one?
How do you do that?
This.
Wow. So, where can I get this? I want it.
You have to wait until Thursday.
What?
Hi. Thank you. Most manufactured objects are designed in CAD systems, which are inherently parametric. However, exploring this parameter space is challenging due to long regeneration times and the need for expensive simulations. Our method allows real-time updates of CAD geometry and its physical properties, allowing tools for interactive exploration and optimization. So come to our talk and learn how to harness the world's preeminent source of parametric data.
Why use nails and screws to assemble furniture parts when you can use beautiful woodworking joints to assemble them? However, even a simple-looking joint can have surprisingly complex internal geometries that are hard to design. Our tool allows the user to simply paint the desired look of joints on the surface, and then automatically generates conforming solid volumetric parts that are guaranteed to be assemblable and stable. Come to our session on Thursday to learn how you can turn this boring nightstand into a piece of beautifully jointed furniture.
Thank you.
Say you want to fabricate this chair using the least amount of material. How do you go about designing it when there's so much uncertainty in the forces that the chair will experience? We answer this question using a data-driven approach which quickly detects the most critical force location and updates the structure accordingly. Our approach enables significant mass reduction much faster than a brute force approach. Come to our talk Thursday afternoon to find out more.
Space structures are statically sound and materially efficient structures consisting of beams connected by nodes, commonly used in industry and architecture. In this work, we propose a computational framework for the design and optimization of space structures incorporating considerations of geometry and statics. We consider cost reduction by minimizing the total volume of material used for beams by adjusting the beam cross-section areas. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the end of the show. Thank you to every author who presented, and thank you all for attending. Thank you very much.